Hey folks, I'm getting ready to start doing some cable stuff, and I've been thinking about the Spud Inc. pulley system. I guess this is really popular. There are tons of videos all over YouTube about this Spud Inc. pulley system that lets you kind of add a pulley system to a rack, or I guess you could do it anywhere where you could loop the little nylon loops over things. But I just wanted to talk about if you didn't want to do the Spud Inc. system, because it's $100. It seems like a lot of money to me. If you didn't want to do that and you were looking for a cheaper way to go about it, let me just show you what you could do that would be pretty similar. So the first thing the Spud Inc. system gives you is a way to loop over a bar and then hang your pulley. These are not nearly as beefy as the Spud Inc. straps, but they are rated at 3,600 pounds bursting. So those Spud Inc. straps, those things have to be rated at, I don't know, 20,000 pounds or something, which is great if you're going to lift 20,000 pounds. Personally, I'm not going to lift 3,600 pounds. If you go on Amazon, I got a half a dozen of these things for like $6. They're like $1 each. So then what would you do next? Throw one over a bar. Once it's over the bar, this is eye and eye, so if you wanted to hang a little higher, typically with a pulley system you can just put a carabiner through here, or if you want to do this, it'll hang lower to the ground, right? So I'm going to have it hang a little bit higher in the air here, so I'm going to put a carabiner through it like that. Okay, so here is a pulley with a carabiner, so I would just, what I get for going handheld with just one hand. Okay, so now I've got a pulley hanging from that strap. So if I wanted to make it go higher, I can just wrap this strap around the pole a few more times, but you've got a pulley there, and then with the Spud Inc. system, they actually don't have a loading pin. They've got another strap. So loading pins are not that expensive though. They're like, as my other video showed, a little over $20. So I'd recommend maybe getting a loading pin. So here is my Titan loading pin. So you know I have both Titan and Rogue loading pins. So there we go. So now what's missing? It's the cable, and honestly that's probably the hardest part of this project to do, because I've looked online and there's not a good source for inexpensive cables. So you can watch my video on how to make cables, and I don't know, that adds expense. But right now we're talking about like 10 bucks for the pulley, $1 for the strap, and $24 or $21 or something for this. Okay, I have a kind of funny story about these pulleys. I bought mine off of Amazon. I bought a 6-pack. It cost like $70. And then practically as they're shipping it, it was through one of those Amazon like reseller partners or whatever. They lowered the price by 12 bucks, so like $2 a pulley. So bastards. So these were like $12 each or something when I bought them. They're really more like 10. And I think at Tractor Supply, the normal price is like 8, but they just, the Tractor Supply around me never has these things in stock. Now, let me go ahead and let's revisit this loading pin, because let's talk about inexpensive options to a Spud Inc. system. And let's get rid of the loading pin. What can we do? Okay, so these orange straps are like 6 for $6, so let's use one of these to hold our weight. So how can we get it to hold the weight? The way that I can think of right off the bat would be to use something like a dumbbell. So let me grab a dumbbell and see how we could rig one up. Alright, so you could just rig up a dumbbell by wrapping this thing around a few times and then clipping it to the carabiner, right? It's not going to go anywhere. Another thing is I've got grip plates. So hold on. So I've got these guys, and you can put the strap through the handle, right? So here, I love being one-handed. All right, so just wrap it through this handle. Clip the carabiner. Again, 3,600 pound braking limit. So typically the way you do this is you wouldn't rate it at 3,600 pounds. You'd probably rate it at 20% of that or something. So you would consider a safe load something like 700 some odd pounds, which is more than I'm going to probably have on my cable system. And there, here we go. Get on there. Okay, so that's on there now. So what if you don't have grip plates? You just use your imagination. You can get a loading pin, or if you need to fit the weight through this little hole, there are a lot of things you could do. You could put a smaller weight at the very bottom of the stack. So hold on a minute, let me demonstrate what I'm talking about here. So what I could do is use this 10-pound at the bottom of the stack as a stopper. So just run the strap through here. Come on, strap. There we go. And run it through like that. And then pretend that this cap isn't a grip plate, and then you just put the whole of your other weights, put this strap through them. There you go. So now, and your pulley can pull up on that. So there's just a lot of ways you can go. Again, this strap, these are way stronger than they look. For some reason, nylon webbing straps are just unbelievably strong, don't really cost much money. So we've got that part taken care of. Now we've got weights. And so now what have we got? We've got $1 in this, $1 in that, 10 bucks for the pulley. So we're up to $12 now. Carabiners, we'll say 3 or 4 bucks each. So there's one there and one there. So we're up to, like, we still haven't hit $20. And we've got a pulley system. Again, the cable is an issue, right? Because I've tried to look online. There are not good sources to buy this cable. It's probably just something where they make so little of it and they don't just keep standing inventories of cables because these things never wear out. So I have that video on how to make cable. If you want to do that, go ahead. Maybe get together with some of your friends. I realize it requires some non-standard tools, but again, like I said, the cost of this cable is like less than $1. The little golf balls at the end are the most expensive part of it, so let's call it $2. So we've got $1, 4 bucks for the carabiner. So we're up to $5, $2 for the cable, 6, 7, 10 bucks for the pulley, 17. Say, I don't know, 5 bucks for that, 22, $23. $23 and we have a cable system. So this I think is close enough to Spud Inc. And it's really just a complete fraction of the price. And so I would say that if you want to add cable capability, look on Amazon, find a way to get the cable itself though. It's the cable itself that's the issue. You got to find a way to get this inexpensively. And then you can do this whole project and kind of have your own little homemade Spud Inc. system for next to nothing in cost.